Carlos Alcaraz's great advice to his younger brother, Jaime, 14 years old, has explained that the six-time Grand Slam winner insists a lot on the activities done off the court. While Carlos Alcaraz, world number 1, continues to dominate the circuit alongside Jannik Sinner, another Alcaraz is emerging. It's Jaime, his 14-year-old younger brother, who is in his development stage as a tennis player. During a tournament, the young Mercian was asked about the advice his older brother usually gives him. Jaime explained that the six-time Grand Slam champion emphasizes the importance of what is done outside the court. "My brother Carlos doesn't give me many tips, but when he does, they are important. He says that what I do off the court is also important," he said. "If you are at a tournament, you can't play football or do risky things, you could get injured and miss the tournament," he added. The Alcaraz surname continues to set the pace of Spanish tennis. At 22, Carlos Alcaraz is already world number 1 and a six-time Grand Slam winner, but the story doesn't end with him. His younger brother, Jaime Alcaraz, only 14, is beginning to write his own chapter, and his results are already raising excitement. European U14 champion and 5th in the world with the Spanish team, the Mercian combines talent, ambition, and a maturity beyond his years. His coach, Ramon Abenza, is certain Jaime will make headlines. Jaime Alcaraz's precocious talent, born on June 8, 2011, the same day his brother Carlos won Roland Garros, Jaime Alcaraz is growing up surrounded by inspiration and hard work. His present is promising: European U14 champion, 5th in the world with Spain in the under-14 category, and semi-finalist at the Spanish Championships. "He's a cheerful, attentive boy with a great will to learn," says his coach Ramon Abenza, who trains him at the Real Sociedad Club de Campo in Murcia. Jaime already competes with the best players of his age internationally, standing out for his natural backhand and ambition. However, Abenza prefers to stay calm. There's only one Carlos. Jaime must enjoy tennis and follow his own path. A philosophy also shared by his father, Carlos Alcaraz Gonzalez, coach and director of the Carlos Alcaraz Academy, who admitted that the young one had a better backhand than his brother at the same age. The young player doesn't seem intimidated by comparisons. He enjoys, competes, and learns, knowing that talent alone isn't enough without effort. He has the desire to make it, but also the patience to do it step by step, says Abenza. The Alcaraz influence and the rise of Mercian tennis. The Alcaraz phenomenon has transformed Spanish tennis, especially in Murcia. It has helped us all. Thanks to him, many schools have grown and the general level has improved, Abenza comments. At the Real Sociedad Club de Campo, where Carlos hit his first balls, the world number 1's presence is still felt. His joy, intensity, and work ethic have become a model for the new generations. Abenza knows it well. "We saw Carlitos grow up here, and his way of training inspires us. Jaime and other kids look up to him, but without obsessing over matching him." In that environment, young Alcaraz is developing amid support, discipline, and admiration, learning from his brother without living in his shadow. The region of Murcia, traditionally linked to sports, is experiencing a golden era in tennis. Local academies have strengthened, and more prospects are emerging. We have boys and girls making strides nationally and internationally. "We must be patient, but the future is bright," adds the coach. Surprising decision from Carlos Alcaraz after the Six Kings Slam final. The Spaniard will lead a favored Spain in the Davis Cup following Sinner's shocking withdrawal. Carlos Alcaraz is back in action. The world number 1 will lead the Spanish team in the Davis Cup Final 8, which will take place from November 19 to 23 in Bologna, as confirmed on Monday by captain David Ferrer. His return, after missing the previous rounds, is a morale boost for a team dreaming of victory. But the day's biggest news wasn't this, as it was expected. In a surprising twist, Jannik Sinner will not play for Italy in this event, a withdrawal that completely shakes up the competitive landscape. The hero of the last 2 editions, unbeaten and decisive in both Italian triumphs, has decided to skip the competition due to physical issues and scheduling problems. This scenario now places Spain as one of the main favorites for the title alongside Alexander Zverev's Germany, currently world number 3. Carlos Alcaraz, who missed the 2 ties against Switzerland and Denmark, arrives eager to make a statement after a remarkable year, 8 titles, including 2 Grand Slams. Ferrer speaks about Alcaraz. When asked about the national team, Ferrer was clear in highlighting Carlos Alcaraz's figure, calling him a differential player who determines much of Spain's chances, something that also happened in the Rafa Nadal era, when Ferrer was the second player. "It's always good to have the best players, and having the world number 1 is a privilege for the captain and the team, because, like it or not, he often guarantees you a point." As for the number 2 position, Ferrer believes it's still open, depending on how players arrive physically. It's the end of the year, and some players are in better shape physically and mentally than others, so that will decide it. Playing in Italy may not be so bad. Regarding playing in Italy after many years of hosting in Spain, where the home crowd was a major factor, Ferrer doesn't think it will be a problem, especially in the quarterfinals against the Czech Republic, where he expects a neutral atmosphere. That could change if Spain faces Italy, the host nation, but he doesn't think it will affect much. These players have a lot of experience, and unless you play against Italy, where the local crowd will be on their side, it'll be neutral. He even believes that the Carlos Alcaraz factor could make the audience favor Spain. I think the crowd will support Spain more because Carlos Alcaraz is there. It's no secret why we play these events. Jannik Sinner defends exhibition tournaments after winning the Six Kings Slam. Jannik Sinner defended exhibition tournaments, alongside his rival Carlos Alcaraz, after being crowned champion of the Six Kings Slam. The Italian, currently world number 2, defended the importance of holding exhibition events featuring the best players on tour after receiving a lucrative prize for defending the trophy. The Six Kings Slam has drawn attention since its announcement back in 2024, mainly for offering the most lucrative prize in tennis history, $6 million for the champion, surpassing even Grand Slam prize money. For the second year in a row, Sinner won it after just 3 victories. In the final, he defeated Alcaraz, as he did in 2024, this time comfortably, 6-2, 6-4. The exhibition featured a star-studded lineup, including Novak Djokovic, Taylor Fritz, Alexander Zverev, and Stefanos Tsitsipas. However, one of the most discussed topics in recent years has been the ATP's busy schedule, leaving top players with virtually no rest all season. Recently, Holger Rune's Achilles tendon injury, suffered at the Stockholm Open, reignited the debate, with Jack Draper and Taylor Fritz urging the ATP to take measures against the high number of injuries caused by a packed calendar. Still, 4-time Grand Slam champion Jannik Sinner defended the exhibitions, believing they are key for tennis growth in terms of audience and global reach. The product we already have is incredible, we've got everything, great tournaments all over the world, big audiences. But can we make it better? Of course, said the world number 2. Fan and kid-oriented events, exhibitions, are essential, that's why we're here. There are several reasons why we play them, it's no secret. But if we can make everything better, why not? The large number of mandatory ATP tournaments hasn't stopped players who criticize the schedule, like Fritz or even Carlos Alcaraz, from taking part in exhibitions throughout the year, adding to their physical workload. The Spanish world number 1 recently clarified that playing an exhibition is not comparable to the demands of long events like Masters 1000 or Grand Slams. When I see people complaining about us defending exhibitions, I don't understand them because, as I've said, it's not really mentally demanding compared to when we have long events that last 2 or 2.5 weeks. Those are really tough. Alcaraz and Sinner talk about their relationship beyond tennis. Jannik Sinner once again defeated Carlos Alcaraz in the Six Kings Slam final, 6-2, 6-4, as he did in 2024. It's a friendly tournament, an exhibition, played in Saudi Arabia, but the prize, the Italian took home $6 million, is higher than that of a Grand Slam. It's Sinner's second win over the Spaniard in 2025, a year in which they've met many times, often in finals. They are the 2 players everyone wants to see right now, and both admit that when one loses to the other, it motivates him to return to training and find solutions. That's what Jannik did after losing the Roland Garros final. And then he won Wimbledon. Carlos admitted that after losing at the All England Club, he had several focused training sessions centered on his great rival, and took revenge at the US Open. Now the ball is back in the Italians' court, we've spent days figuring out what to improve, he admits. Rivals and friends. That rivalry doesn't stop them from having a more than cordial relationship. We have a special relationship, a friendship off the court beyond the tennis rivalry. People might think it's not possible, but we prove it is. We talk much more than people think, says Alcaraz. We also have a good friendship off the court. It's fantastic, we don't have to be enemies off the court. On it, we are, and we both try to play our best tennis, but that's where it ends, we shake hands, and everything goes back to normal, replied Jannik. They also exchanged messages on social media. Sinner posted the classic thank you note for the tournament and to his rival, and Carlos replied, "Well done, Jannik. Next time golf, skiing, and karting, hee hee."